Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the second episode in our city Skylines setup series, where we are creating a city called SetUpNagar, just to set up the game, find out what things have changed and things like that, what things have remained constant, and just to well remind ourselves of what the game was about and things like that. So today we will be, or rather, this episode we will be going through different mods that we are going to be using just to make our life a little easier. And all of the mods and things like that are generally stored in your content manager. So in your content manager, you can go to mods, and you'll have these three ones by default. The others will be added and things like that, and for some reason I can't remove them, so it's stuck there. But anyway, these are the three default ones, but we obviously want a whole lot more. And the way we do that is just click on Steam Workshop, and that opens up another browser, the in-game browser, and you can work with that. But I prefer using a regular Chrome. So with Chrome, you basically log in with your same ID and everything, and it automatically downloads it on the PC and puts it and installs it in game kind of situation. So you don't need to do anything more than just hit the subscribe button next to the mod. So with this particular game, we have a lot of user created content, right? It's not just different types of maps, not just all sorts of save games that people have uploaded and things, but a lot of assets that you can just download and place in your in the city. You don't have to do too much else with them. But for today, we won't be using too many of the assets. We will be playing with the mods, of which there are 681, which is insane. A lot of mods, a lot of very, very useful mods, I have to admit. So in this thing, what's this? Instead of popular for 1 week, let's do. Actually, let's go scroll through here first. There are some interesting ones. The network extensions I've heard a lot about. Dynamic resolutions is to play with the resolution of your game in game and things like that. Traffic report tool, very useful. Then the extended public transport UI. This we'll definitely get when we're getting as in reaching the public transport kind of level. Infinite resources is it seems a little cheaty in game, but the mining and the oil resources are ridiculously low. It really doesn't just make sense for you to put up industry there at all. So this thing makes it a little more workable. But anyway, there is that quite a few music packs and things like that which you can get. Nice fun, nice music, obviously. But yeah, so also there are quite a few mods where you can increase your starting money and things like that, just to make the beginning of the game a little simpler if you so choose. Or you could choose the default mod in game, which was where was it? Content manager, the unlimited money. So there you're not really bothered about just being economic in terms of how much you spend and things like that, but it changes the way you play the game. This is mostly for people who want to completely sandbox it, who want to just build a lot, who want to do a lot more with your city than the initial game will allow. All right, but for now, let's go back to Chrome and look at the different mods that we plan to use, right? Cinematic camera extended. This is also a pretty good mod if I remember correctly. Let's go to a popular in the past year, right? Prop line tool. This also I've heard lots about. Makes it very easy to actually place down props, and when I say props, I mean things like trees and park benches and stuff like that, right? That might not, as in generally, all those assets that we see here Most of them can be props also, but in the actually let's not do that. We'll look at props later. So in the mods, here, right. So we'll pick this up possibly a little later. The rush hour. The rush hour is a very interesting mod that I haven't yet played with. The idea is that the Sims know time. We'll explore this in a while. Move it is also again a prop placing tool, which we won't go into right now. Find road anarchy just allows you to place roads wherever, and there are places in the game where the game doesn't allow you to place roads, things where the terrain changes and stuff like that. This allows you to play with it a lot more. Local only transport stations and stuff. This later maybe. This I've heard a lot about also. The Traffic Manager President Edition. This helps with managing traffic in a multitude of ways. It gives you a lot more options and things, which again we might use later, but for now, again, we're not going to. This is what I was talking about, the infinite oil and ore. It again, the resources in those particular areas are generally isn't good enough for you to set up an entire industry around it. So this makes it a little, well, better in terms of gameplay alone. Not extremely realistic, but hey, actually I think I'm going to get that. Then what else? Prop visibility, automatic bulldoze. We'll again get this one probably a little later. We kind of need that. Employ over-educated workers, possibly. Extended info might be useful. '81 tiles is again a very useful mod if you want to extend. As of now, I think the default game allows you to play with 9 tiles. So after the first one you get by 8 more, and in whichever direction, but doesn't give you the full map, obviously. So 81 tiles allows you to buy 9 by 9, which is a massive square, which is obviously talking 18 kilometers by 18 kilometers, which is a lot of area. Districts, ferries. What else? Rainfall. Anything that we really need to immediately get? Okay. Rain firefighting. Okay. Let's just search for precision. Hopefully it this, yes. And let's look at top rated of all time. There you go, right up on top. Network skins again. This changes the roads and trains and stuff like that, which we probably, oh, that is why it came up first. Oh, it has. Okay, sorry about that. In case you got disconnected and now reconnected, I apologize. Don't quite know what happened. I dropped 13 frames. Eesh. Anyhow, random tree rotation. When you place a lot of trees, they don't all face the same direction and they are the same size. They change a little. For now, I think this is useful as well. One-way street arrows helps us. It's just UI in terms of user interface. It just makes things look a little easier while playing, not so much in terms of making it prettier or anything like that. Auto line color. This definitely for when we are placing buses, this becomes very useful. Building teams per district. This also I've heard a lot about. We'll play with this when we start looking at districts and things like that. Surface painter also, the surface in terms of the texture of the ground itself you can change, make things look a little more realistic if you so choose. Ploppable Rico is also very useful. Chirpy Exterminator. For now we'll let little Chirpy live. Road Protractor, but we already have precision engineering. Okay, for now I think we'll stop with that. This is, I think, the most basic set of mods. What happened? What happened? What happened? As you can see, the different mods that we subscribe to showed up here. So we shall click on precision engineering, definitely useful. One-way arrows, auto line color not necessary just yet. Infinite oil and ore also not necessarily just yet. I would, oh wait, sorry. I would like to get the clock. Simple clock. This just puts your what's this, the system time in game, as in just so you know what is happening. I really want to play with the rush hour mod though, and possibly the, why is this happening? Okay, so when you come coming back to game, you see that it's already what's this, downloaded for you, and it already comes into your mods tab automatically. So we'll just switch these things on. Okay, actually auto line color we'll leave off for a while. One-way street arrows can remain on. Precision engineering is on, and we'll keep adding mods slowly, not just in one huge shot, just so we're continually upgrading, just so we know what the difference is between the vanilla game and the mod. There's no point of just, I don't know, getting a bunch of mods because they sound cool, you know? We get them if we so need them, so to speak, and some things we just want to play with, but for later. So after our basic well, we just look at how the different mods work initially, or basically precision engineering and how that works, and after that we'll see what else has to be done for the city and grow it a little maybe. Still raining, and our radio station's playing. There we go, our flying V.
So let's go to the listener email and see what they have to say.
Alright, Chirpy.
Here's one. Will you ever play any music featuring grunge? Well, listener, I don't think so. You see, I find it's much more pleasing to listen to the sound that the drum produces when struck, rather than the manufacturing process or the equipment on which drums are made. Next thing you know, you're listening to flute machines and oboe machines. I think that's one bit of modernity that we can do without. Thanks again for the message. This one is for you.
I really like this RJ guy, man. We need to enjoy his wise words. More housing. While this is happening, what else do we have to do we need to take care of? We can start looking at hopefully efficient either. It's not like you can build quite a few and then just reduce the budget and everything will be better. So that kind of balancing has happened within game. So now we have a decent wow, this is really bright. Maybe I should change the... Oh, is it because it's raining? That might happen. So yeah, let's give them a little more industry, a little more place to work. Maybe that much. Aha! We have reached a population of 420 and we're called a little hamlet now. We can play with our taxes tab and our loans tab, which is nice. We now have to figure out what do we do with the city's garbage, or our little hamlet's garbage, I should say. We now have to also provide some kind of healthcare, some kind of education. So the new buildings that have been unlocked are the medical clinic, the landfill site, and an elementary school. So this, as in, all three of these have to be placed as quickly as we can, just so the citizens get the amenities. But even there, we have some kind of priority. Right? We don't, as much as I'd like to provide schools and medical clinics first. Unfortunately, people are going to start complaining about garbage a whole lot quicker. Right? It's generally worse when you have a garbage situation at home or in your workplace than if you're not that educated, right? It's not, isn't, and this is a city. You can't really work at it. 1 second. Did I just run out of electricity? Oh yes, we need a new... Beautiful. So we have a lot of things that we have to put down. We can put on a second wind turbine, I think, for now. Ah, too steep. There. It's still at 8 megawatts, so that's good. And it's close to our previous one, so we don't need to add any extra wiring and stuff. Kinda gets connected automatically. Now our consumption is much lower than our production, which is nice. We are still in the positive, and I think we'll need to place our landfill. Okay, for this, now we get to have a slight conversation. What do we do? Right, so now these people are already complaining about garbage, as are these people, so obviously we need to place that down first. But where? I would like to throw it into some corner in our site, some far-flung area. But which far-flung area? Right? Here we want to expand that way. Here we'd like to possibly stick to the coast and things like that. It'll be as in we get slightly higher land value purely because it's next to a flowing body of water, actually just a body of water, and these things have to be well accessible from all of these places, right? So the further away we put these, that's how far the trucks have to run, and things like that. So I'm thinking we could put it close to the entrance of the city, somewhere not exactly there, but possibly another road that comes through and goes out. Or we could put it in this area. Where? Here? And also we'll have to realize that one, there is going to be a lot of traffic going in and out of, as in not a lot of traffic, at least the garbage trucks that have to go in and out. But putting them on this side of the industrial area will cause the trucks to go through this entire thing even when they want to service this area, which is not wonderfully efficient. So we should try and connect it to the main roads or something like that, such that at least the split happens. Also, so many things that we have to think about. Moving landfills is can be done, but is a very painful process. So yeah, while we're placing it in the first stage, we really want to be as careful as we can. I think I'm going to put it around here, so it can service a industrial area, but also we'll provide another road so it can connect directly here and somehow go into that space. Again, we'll plan this out a little better when we are not doing SetUpNagar. Somewhere here. Oh, Can we check? There you go. By the way, the mods work. Do you see how earlier we didn't get angles or anything like that? Now we do. And we get the lengths, right? So this is 14 units and this is 10 units and whatever else. That is extremely useful. Okay, so I have an idea. No, that's gonna be a bad idea. Alright, let's just go out of our way to put it here somewhere. So it's far enough from everything so the pollution and things that it creates doesn't bother our citizenry, so to speak. And I think we will also provide a loop for them to, because these garbage trucks have to turn around and things a lot. So okay, we'll put one there and use that to measure our, wow, that's a massive place, isn't it? But what do you do? So let's place that there. Then electricity. I know why a landfill needs electricity. It's not processing anything just yet. It would be beautiful if we could start with a with like a processing plant and things like that, but we can't. We simply cannot afford it, and this is about as real life as it can get. I cannot afford that. So yeah. Whoever said games are not realistic? Okay, sorry. Let's put another one somewhere. Okay, let's just extend this one this way. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be 23, and then you can build the next one, yeah? 22. Okay. So also, this mod is beautiful. What's this? Precision engineering, right? Every time you can snap to certain angles and things like that. You can if you press right now, it doesn't snap to anything, so it's like 125.2, 124.7. Assuming I press control, it snaps to the next 5 degrees, which is again very useful. It gives us the measurements everywhere. If you press shift, it gives me connections to the next one and so on. Very useful while building roads. But for now, this is all we need. So that landfill is functional. The next thing is well, we could do education and healthcare. Let's see what the healthcare situation is like. We can place, that's a good idea, place our services along here such that it services both sides. Okay, just as an example, assuming we were to put our clinic here, every person in the entire city can still access it, right? It's not like it's on a completely cut off road. But you'll notice that the people in the residences, the road, the green fades away. That's mostly to say that there's a certain radius of effect, so to speak, or a distance by road that you can travel where the clinic is efficient. And so the closer we move to this thing, the greener all parts of it get. So this kind of incentivizes, as in it shows us rather graphically why putting the services close to these things actually make a lot of sense. So do we put it here? I'm still wondering. We can put it closer to this side. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put it on the main road, but yeah, let's just do that. So we have 15,000 left, I think, perfectly for yeah, so elementary school. The fact that these are orange right now means that they aren't as educated as well they should be, and that's kind of our fault. We haven't provided any schools, so let's change that now. Do we want to put the school here? I'm thinking there are kids and they're going to be running on the road and things. Maybe we should put it at the back. That I don't know how much the schools affect places where you work, but it kind of does. There is a slight effect there also in terms of improving the space there. Let's just extend this So okay, let's just go back and load this. Do we want to tie it there? No, let's make a couple of cul-de-sacs. Let's do another road here. This place. Okay. What is this? 53. I think that's honestly too long, but yeah. 30 for now. Actually, we'll extend this a little later again. The reason I'm not building the entire road network right now is because the roads also have an upkeep per week. Right? It's 0.32, but it's 0.32 per cell. Per tile of road that you put in is 0.32. And so that adds up, and I'll tell you exactly how much that adds up to. This is the roads tab, weekly road service expenses, and that's 136. Right? Right now our water is the most, although we've put it at well, as low as we can. That's still quite a lot. Electricity is there, but we have a decent chunk of our money going towards roads as well. Just general upkeep. I'm assuming people sweeping it, potholes, whatever, all of them. Right, and we can't really reduce that. Also, as soon as we put a medical, as soon as we unpause it, we'll have expenses here and here as well. So as of now, we are at an 800 odd surplus. I'm pretty sure that's going to just collapse very, very soon because you're spending all the money. So yeah, we're going to put a school here, somewhere inside, slightly inside anyway, not like deep inside. Okay, corner. There you go. So yeah, people are happy, which is always a nice thing. Unpausing it. So have the garbage truck started to move? Yes.
Hello again from the classics, the home of the flute.
Ooh, alright. Okay, so these are our garbage trucks. Yeah. So they have a certain load that they can collect, and well, yeah. So see, this is the kind of stuff that I didn't want to happen. I should have put the entire road about there. Right, then it would have been forced to use that one because that would have been closer. But yeah, we'll figure that out. We could play with this, as in figure out where exactly they would think that this road is quicker to go through. Right, somewhere here maybe. We'll play with that. We will play with that, I think. So yeah, residential has gone up also. Okay, let's just check out all the other tabs that we have here. Garbage, landfill usage is 0. We just started it up. Production is 12, almost 13,000 units per week. I don't know what units. Oh, it's already 13,000. And it keeps going up, by the way. So we have to keep an eye on that. Right now we have a capacity of 8 million units totally. And so until we fill that, we don't have to bother, but we'll soon have to build another one or some way to process that garbage. The elementary school, right now there are 153 of them eligible, and only 300 have, as in a capacity of 300. So yeah, our school is going to be filled up pretty damn quick. Also notice that there are 150 eligible, but there are 500 people. So the 150 are kids, and that is calculated and kept in mind, so to speak. High school, there are 94 people eligible for high school, but we don't have that facility in our city. So unfortunately, they are going to remain uneducated. And university as well. Right now, again, not too much of a concern. Residential happiness 47%, so not very, very happy. Industrial, all of them are very, very happy. Commercial, not too bad, but residential we'll have to improve, but that will happen as we add more and more services. Healthcare, mostly covered. The entire thing is what's this, teal or cyan or whatever color, and so that's not too bad. Death care, this is something that we'll have to look at rather carefully, and the death mechanics in this game are rather complicated and obviously not wonderfully well documented, because that's the nature of these games. So we'll go into how we work out these things pretty soon. Okay, actually wanted this road to go through here, so we'll de-zone this portion and this portion. Okay, we'll just assume that we'll put another road there in some time. Does this have water? Kinda. 180. Yeah. $90. Okay, so all of that area is covered. Electricity is also sorted, but we have an insane residential demand and a commercial demand. We should not be ignoring commercial, so we shall not. There you go. Commercial. Have fun. And we have to, as in, the demands don't go immediately down as soon as you put the zone down. It takes a while for them to develop it and all of that. So I don't like doing anything too quickly based on just these numbers, but things like this we can. It's not like that's gonna change too much. Cool. We have 566 people, and we're still in the positive, but not by too much, which is good, I think. So electricity, we're gonna need to build a wind turbine soon, and we don't have money for that, but we are earning very minimally as of now, but we are earning some money. And the more people come into your city, the higher taxes, as in the more tax there is for you to play with. Thanks to that, so as of now there are 900. You're getting 976 from the low residential, almost 1,000. I think it'll go to 1,000 in the next. Yeah, there you go. That's because people are moving in, and commercial also has some tax. And the industrial obviously also has some tax. Later, once you put up your public transport, you can get some money here, or leave it out for free. So if it's free, there are more people using it, less traffic, or people pay for that. And there you go. Your garbage costs 160. Your healthcare costs 400. Your education costs 160. All of that added up is 1,500. Income is 1,002. But I mean 2,100 and something. So yeah, we are improving. We still can't buy a windmill. Like I was saying, playing with windmills is difficult. But I think that's part of the game. It's not meant to be easy to just switch to green. Because if that was the case, then actually I'm going to qualify that statement. I was about to say if it was that easy, people would do it, but I don't know. I don't think they would. Just kind of depressing. Let's do that. Let's create another one of these blocks. Again, lots of space and not enough money. Oh god, I can't even build roads. Beautiful. Possibly could delete a few of these roads just to keep the weekly money down. It's not helping us in any way. These roads are really shiny, aren't they? Okay. Oh no. We need a lot more industry, sadly. Which is nice. Signs of growth and all of that. Notice how I'm increasing this in small amounts, small increments. This one and the commercial I do in very small pockets, and the demand kind of is satiated for the moment. Again, this is mostly to keep the ratios in check. Put down a little more commercial, maybe around that much. Maybe some this side of the road as well. Actually, I think we can delete this power line now because it's obviously connected. That's just so that we can get one extra tile to play with, or a little extra space to play with. There you go. Cool. 184. So that's nice. And people are getting educated and things. So this is the citizenry right now. You have 12% educated. That's because there are people who are actually going to school and things, which is nice. So the more educated the people are, the better industries or the next level of industry comes up. Right now, this is on level 1 industry. That's because and level 1 industries mostly have only uneducated workers, right? And the higher levels that you go to, they need better educated people and things like that. So that kind of adds up as well. The higher level of industries obviously pay more tax, so that helps us. They also create more goods and all sorts of things like that. So always try to improve them. There's no water here. Oh man. Okay. 60. Let's go 4 more. No. 3 more. 23. Ah, yes. Very, very close. Very, very scary. Lots more residential. You're gonna need a road for that. I honestly don't know why I'm leaving that gap for now, but I am. So I'll figure out what to do with them later. We've gone up to 1000 again, which is nice. A lot more people moving in also. Alright, so let's continue with our different tabs. This was our citizens' happiness meter. This happiness meter is actually something we should talk about in a bit. We'll talk about Bhutan possibly in a little bit. We'll come back to this. Healthcare and deathcare we kind of mentioned. There's zero sick people in your in the city, which is nice. If you had put, or if I had put the residential area next to the industrial or next to the landfill and things like that, the pollution there would have caused people to fall sick, which we shall see here. Oh no, there's wind. Pollution somewhere else. We'll find out where it is. I think this is pollution. Yeah. So this is the wind level which we saw in the previous when we were placing down turbines and things. Traffic. Right now everything is green to just tending to the first couple levels of orange, which is fine. All good for now. This will obviously increase, and yeah, even now we kind of automatically see that the main road has a little more traffic, as does this place, purely because there are people turning and things. But yes, important to realize that it is, yeah, that is how it works. All the people here move out of your are moving in and out of the city itself, and people going up and down here moving between the residential and the industrial areas. So that works out. Now pollution. So our industrial area has, yeah, a lot of pollution. Damn it, can't do anything about it. We can try planting trees as buffers, but we need a lot, which is exactly how it works in real life, right? You can't just plant like 5 trees around something like, no, it's a buffer zone, it's a green zone. It doesn't quite work like that. Theoretically, yeah, we think just planting trees will solve all our problems, but we simply have to plant an insane number of them, which I highly recommend for the record. But yeah, we have to be aware that that's not how things work really.
You're listening to the classics, the home of music that looks as good on paper as it sounds when played through a notebook.
Oh man, this DJ is one of my favorite people right now. But yeah, so the landfill also produces pollution, and yeah, it will spread also, but I think it hasn't yet because we placed it rather recently. Then noise pollution. Our roads definitely create a lot of things. Our school produces some level of pollution also, as anyone who's oh, actually, I think that's a okay. That happens as in anyone who's ever lived next to a school knows that this is a commercial area, therefore, ooh, Worthy Village. Yeah, so we have 850 people, which is nice. Oh, we can buy another one of these spaces. We now have districts to play with. We can play with some policies. We can get a second loan if we so choose. We haven't even taken the first one, which is nice. District specializations, which is also very, very useful. Service policies, which I don't know what they are. Then fire department, police department, and unique buildings. Industrial specialization. We can have a forestry specialization or an agricultural specialization. We'll get into more details of that a little later. Policies. We can set a few policies in terms of power, water, and smoke detectors and stuff like that. And we got a couple new buildings, both of which I think we'll have to place again rather quickly because yeah, fire is a massive concern especially in the industrial area. Not to it's not like the residences don't catch fire, but industries are generally worse. Unique buildings. Okay, so have less than -1 money. Excuse me. Uh-huh. Do we want these statues? That's your wealth. 10,000 squares of industrial zone. Wow. Average under 20%. Okay, I don't know if we'll go with any of these, but we'll figure it out later maybe. Or possibly if you're getting bored and we just want to destroy the city or something. But cool. Yeah, so I think oh yeah, we were talking about pollution. After this little bit I think we'll stop for the second episode. Yeah, so the roads and I was talking about the commercial areas. Commercial areas again have a decent amount of sound pollution associated with it. So you don't want to put commercial areas very close to all the rest. I mean, some of it cannot be helped, but the rest of it you try to keep them separate. Also, like I mentioned earlier, that windmills also produce a decent amount of noise, as does the industrial area, obviously, right? And the highways, of course, and which is why we are quite a decent distance from it, which is nice. Then fire. Huh. First of all the trees can burn. Forest fires. Industrial areas are generally a little more prone to it. Why are these blue? Why are these trees blue? I don't know. But yeah, the houses also are equally prone to fires, so we'll have to put a fire station somewhere rather soon, and someplace possibly along this road. I like the fire station on this road purely because the level of importance, like as compared to the school, which you could put in this corner. Ooh. Oh, we got money. Thank you. Do we want to do one of these, or should we go for one of these? No, let's stick to our idea of sustainable, environment friendly, and all of that jazz. Okay, let's put this here. So that saves us. I mean, that gives us some power, which is nice. Pause this for a second. Then fire station. I'm gonna put the fire station. Wait, do we have water here? No. Do we have electricity? No. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna put the fire station. Where? Okay, let's see if it covers that corner. It does to a certain degree here. Kind of. Okay, I want to put that. So that's the fire station placed. Police department, we don't have money for. Although we're just like 200 short of it, right? Oh no, a little more than 200. 2,200. Interesting. Anyway, for now, crime is decently low everywhere, so not as high a priority. Public transport and population and things like that we'll get to in a bit when we have access to it, obviously. And this is our outside connections tab. Since we don't have any resources being gathered from our own thing, which we'll get to, those are those industry specifications that we kind of mentioned earlier. This is what we are doing, right? All these industries are importing a certain amount of oil, certain amount of ore, certain amount of forestry or wood products, and some agricultural products. These goods go to a commercial area, so this is where our production is falling slightly short of how much we are consuming. Therefore, we have to import even the products uh, that we are buying. Also, we are still exporting. We are exporting 56 somethings, while we are importing 104. Right? At some point, we can possibly be a little more sustainable, but yeah, this is it as well. Tourism will probably be zero right now. We don't have anything for anyone to see, so yeah, that'll take a while for it to kick in. Natural resources. Yeah, this is what we'll probably have to concentrate on next. Forestry and a little bit of agricultural space. Uh, these are the things that we just unlocked, set districts and things like that. So we can possibly use this in a while. Districts, yeah. So we can draw districts and things like that. We will again go through this in the next video probably. And leisure has to do with parks and plazas and things like that, which we haven't opened yet. Oh, okay. So we'll wait for that to be unlocked before we try anything. So that's reach a population of 1,300. Oh wait, that has been unlocked. We just don't have money for it. Okay, I think. If I'm honest, no, it hasn't been unlocked. Okay, I don't get that. We'll figure that out. Yeah. So the more parks and things that you put around people, the more leisurely activities that they might have. The better they do, the better the land value is, and so on. So that's always a good thing. So yes, that's it for this particular episode. Next episode we'll start dealing with districts and production and things like that, and also look at our demand for residential and figure that out. And yeah, with that, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all of those things. There are a lot more of these coming out. Thank you. Shall see you next time.